Before you blame your age, your stress, your mattress, or your body for another broken night of sleep, I want you to do something very simple. Look at the back of your magnesium bottle. The mistake may be printed right there. I have seen this pattern over and over. A man in his late 60s starts taking magnesium because his calves cramp at night. A woman in her 70s takes it because she wakes up at 2 or 3 in the morning with her mind racing. Someone else takes it because their shoulders feel tight, their jaw feels clenched, or their legs feel restless the moment they finally sit down. They do what the bottle says. They take the capsule. They wait a week, then 2 weeks, then a month, and nothing changes. Or worse, their stomach gets upset and they decide magnesium just does not work for them. But magnesium may not be the problem. The way you are taking it may be the problem. If you've ever taken magnesium and still woke up tired, still had cramps, still felt anxious at night, or still wondered why your body would not relax, comment the word magnesium below. And if you know the form you are taking, tell me whether it is oxide, citrate, glycinate, or something else. If you do not know, that is even more important, because by the end of this video, you will know exactly where to look. Here at MediSense, I want you to understand supplements the way a careful doctor would want you to understand them. Not with fear, not with hype, but with the kind of clarity that protects your sleep, your muscles, your heart rhythm, your kidneys, and your confidence as you get older. The biggest misunderstanding starts with the number on the label. Many magnesium bottles show something like 350 milligrams, 400 milligrams, or 420 milligrams. And most people naturally think that must be the amount my body is getting. So if the bottle says 400 milligrams and I take it every night, then I am doing everything right. But that number does not tell the whole story. It does not tell you how much your body will absorb. It does not tell you whether the form is right for your goal. It does not tell you whether you are taking it too close to another medication. It does not tell you whether your kidneys can safely handle it, and it certainly does not tell you whether that dose is appropriate for you personally. This is where people get trapped. They look at the front of the bottle and see a large number, but the front of the bottle sells you the promise. The back of the bottle tells you the truth. Magnesium is an essential mineral. Your body uses it in hundreds of enzyme reactions, including nerve signaling, muscle contraction, energy production, glucose control, blood pressure regulation, and normal heart rhythm. That is why it gets discussed so much for sleep, cramps, stress, blood pressure, and muscle tension. But being important does not mean more is always better. The recommended daily allowance for magnesium is not a treatment dose for insomnia, anxiety, restless legs, or muscle cramps. It is a population-based guideline designed to help healthy people meet normal daily needs from food and, when needed, supplements. For older adults, the general recommended daily intake is about 420 milligrams a day for men and about 320 milligrams a day for women. From total intake, that means food plus supplements. But the safety limit for magnesium from supplements alone is lower, 350 milligrams a day for adults, unless a clinician is supervising a different plan. That distinction is extremely important. Food magnesium and supplemental magnesium are not the same safety conversation. Magnesium from food is usually handled well by healthy kidneys. Magnesium from pills, powders, laxatives, or antacids can build up or cause side effects, especially at higher doses, especially in people with kidney disease or reduced kidney function. So the answer is not just take more. The better answer is take the right form at the right time for the right reason with the right safety checks. In a few minutes, you will see why two people can both take 400 milligrams of magnesium and one feels calmer while the other just gets diarrhea and still cannot sleep. The first major mistake is the form. The most common form many people buy is magnesium oxide. It is cheap, it is compact. It allows a company to put a large-looking dose into a small capsule. That is why you may see 400 milligrams in one pill and think, this must be strong. But a strong number on the label is not the same as strong absorption in your body. Magnesium oxide has been studied as having very poor bioavailability compared with several other forms. In a 2001 study by Feroz and Graeber, magnesium oxide showed fractional absorption of about 4%. Think about that for a moment. If you swallow a pill that says 400 milligrams of magnesium oxide, the actual amount your body uses may be far smaller than the number that impressed you on the label. Now, this does not mean magnesium oxide is useless. It may be used when the goal is constipation, because the poorly absorbed magnesium can pull water into the intestines and help move stool. But that same effect is exactly why some people get loose stools, cramping, urgency, bloating, or stomach discomfort. They think, magnesium does not agree with me. But sometimes the truth is more specific. That form of magnesium did not agree with their gut. Here's a simple way to picture it. Imagine buying a huge water tank for your house, but the pipe leading into your kitchen is almost blocked. The tank looks impressive, but the water is not reaching where you need it. That is what can happen when the supplement number looks big, but the form is poorly absorbed. And this is where many older adults quietly lose months. They keep taking the same form, hoping it will eventually calm the nerves, relax the legs, or help sleep, when the real issue is that their body may not be absorbing enough in a usable way. A better question is not how many milligrams are on the front. The better question is what kind of magnesium is it? Look for the phrase on the back of the bottle that says magnesium as. That little phrase matters. Magnesium as oxide, magnesium as citrate, magnesium as glycinate, magnesium as malate, magnesium as threonate, magnesium as chloride. Each form behaves a little differently. Magnesium glycinate is often chosen by people who want a gentler option for relaxation, muscle tension, and sleep support. It is magnesium bound to glycine, an amino acid involved in calming processes in the nervous system. Many people find glycinate easier on the stomach than oxide, though responses vary. Magnesium citrate is often used when constipation is part of the problem. It tends to be better absorbed than oxide, but it can loosen stool, so it may be too much for someone who already has a sensitive gut or frequent diarrhea. Magnesium oxide is often the one I would be most cautious about if the goal is sleep or nervous system support, because it may look powerful on the label but act more like a bowel-moving form in the body. And here is the part most people miss. You may not need a dramatically higher dose. You may need a smarter form. That is the belief reversal. If magnesium has not helped you, the answer may not be to chase a bigger pill, it may be to stop using the wrong one for the job. Now let us talk about why magnesium matters for sleep and muscle tension in the first place. Your brain has a gas pedal and a brake. The gas pedal helps you focus, react, think, move, and stay alert. One of the major excitatory systems in the brain involves glutamate. Glutamate is not bad. You need it. You need alertness. You need fast thinking. You need your brain to turn on when it is time to function. But at night, your brain needs a way to turn down. That is where calming systems like GABA become important. GABA is one of the brain's major braking signals. It helps quiet overactivity so the nervous system can shift from doing to repairing. Magnesium plays a role in this balance. It helps regulate nerve and muscle excitability. It is involved in how cells handle electrical signaling. It also interacts with systems connected to relaxation and normal muscle function. So when magnesium intake is low, or absorption is poor, or the body is under higher demand from stress, poor sleep, alcohol, high sugar intake, certain medications, or illness, some people may feel like their body cannot fully power down. This is the person who is exhausted but wired. They are tired all day, but the moment they lie down, the mind starts running. They wake at 3 in the morning and cannot get back to sleep. They notice twitching in the eyelid, tightness in the jaw, tension in the shoulders, cramping in the calves, or restless legs that seem to appear exactly when they are trying to relax. But I want to be very clear. Not every case of insomnia is magnesium deficiency. Not every muscle cramp is a magnesium problem. Not every palpitation is a supplement issue. Sleep apnea, thyroid disease, dehydration, low iron, kidney disease, diabetes, neuropathy, medication side effects, alcohol, caffeine timing, depression, anxiety, and heart rhythm problems can all contribute. That is why I do not want you guessing wildly. I want you thinking clinically. A 2021 systematic review and meta-analysis looked at oral magnesium supplementation for insomnia in older adults. The pooled data suggested sleep onset latency improved by about 17 minutes compared with placebo. That is interesting. But the evidence was rated low to very low certainty, and total sleep time did not clearly improve in a statistically strong way. So magnesium may help some people. It is not a guaranteed sleep cure. That is exactly the kind of honest science you deserve. Enough promise to pay attention, not enough certainty to overclaim. There is another pattern that often confuses people after 60. Stress chemistry and magnesium-related nerve excitability can feel very similar. High stress and elevated cortisol patterns may show up as waking early, feeling tense, craving sugar, gaining weight around the belly, seeing higher morning blood glucose, or having blood pressure that seems harder to control. A more nerve and muscle pattern may show up as restless legs, muscle twitching, cramps, jaw tension, teeth grinding, or that tired but wired sensation where your body is drained but your nervous system refuses to shut off. And these patterns can feed each other. Poor sleep can raise stress hormones. Stress can increase magnesium demand. Alcohol can disturb sleep quality. Caffeine too late in the day can keep the nervous system stimulated. A sugary evening snack can create glucose swings that wake you up. Then you wake at night, sleep less, feel more stressed the next day, and the cycle repeats. This is why simply adding a pill without looking at the whole pattern can disappoint you. Let me give you an example. Imagine a 72-year-old woman who takes magnesium oxide at bedtime. She also drinks 2 cups of coffee in the afternoon, eats a sweet snack after dinner, takes her thyroid medication early in the morning but sometimes takes minerals too close to it, and has never checked her kidney function or iron status. She wakes at 3 in the morning and assumes the magnesium is too weak, so she thinks about doubling the dose. That would be the wrong direction. Her first step is not more. Her first step is clarity. What form is she taking? What dose is coming from supplements? What medications could interact? Does she have kidney disease? Is she using magnesium-containing laxatives or antacids? Is caffeine too late? Is blood sugar swinging overnight? Is restless legs related to iron status? Is sleep apnea waking her without her realizing it? That is how you protect yourself. You do not treat every symptom with a bigger capsule. You follow the clues. Now, we need to talk about blood tests because this is another place people can get misled. A standard magnesium blood test usually measures magnesium in the serum, the liquid part of the blood. But most magnesium in the body is not floating freely in serum. A large amount is stored in bone and inside cells. Less than 1% is found in serum. That means a normal serum magnesium level does not always prove that magnesium status in tissues is ideal, but please hear the other side of that. A normal magnesium blood test is not a free pass to take more, and a low normal result is not a reason to panic. It is a reason to look at the whole picture. For older adults, the bigger picture includes kidney function, especially estimated glomerular filtration rate, often called eGFR. Your kidneys help clear excess magnesium. If kidney function is reduced, magnesium from supplements, laxatives, or antacids can become riskier. That is why people with chronic kidney disease should not casually increase magnesium on their own. The bigger picture also includes medications. Magnesium can interfere with the absorption of certain medications if taken too close together. This includes levothyroxine for thyroid, some antibiotics such as tetracyclines and quinolones, bisphosphonate medications for bone health, and minerals like iron and zinc. It can also interact with the safety picture in people taking certain diuretics, heart medicines, or blood pressure medications. So when someone says, "I took magnesium and felt strange," the answer is not automatically magnesium is bad. The question is, what else was happening in the body at the same time? Let us build a safer magnesium reset plan. Start with a label. Tonight, take the bottle and turn it around. Find the words magnesium as. Do not stop at the big number. Read the form. If it says oxide and your goal is sleep, cramps, or nervous system calm, that may explain why you have not gotten the result you expected. It does not mean you should throw everything away or switch blindly. It means you should ask a clinician or pharmacist whether a different form, such as glycinate or citrate, makes more sense for your goal and your gut. Next, check the dose from supplements. This is where safety matters. The adult upper limit for magnesium from supplements is 350 milligrams per day unless your clinician is supervising a different reason and monitoring you. Some people need medical doses in special circumstances, but that should not become a home experiment, especially after 60, and especially if you have kidney disease, heart rhythm issues, low blood pressure, slow heart rate, or take multiple medications. Third, separate magnesium from certain medications. Do not take it casually right next to thyroid medicine. certain antibiotics, bisphosphonates, iron, or zinc, unless your pharmacist has told you how to space them. Many people do not realize the problem is not the supplement itself, but the timing. A mineral can bind or interfere with absorption, and suddenly a medication you depend on may not work as expected. Fourth, watch your gut. Diarrhea is not a badge of detox. Cramping, urgency, nausea, or loose stools may mean the dose, form, or timing is wrong for you. If you become weak, dizzy, unusually sleepy, confused, short of breath, or feel your heart rhythm becoming irregular, stop guessing and seek medical care. Fifth, build magnesium from food first when possible. Pumpkin seeds, almonds, cashews, beans, lentils, spinach, Swiss chard, whole grains, and unsweetened cocoa can contribute magnesium. But I want to add a kidney caution. If you have advanced kidney disease, or you have been told to limit potassium or phosphorus, do not suddenly load up on nuts, seeds, beans, or leafy greens without a kidney dietitian or clinician guiding you. Healthy foods are still powerful foods, and the right plan depends on your labs. Sixth, JAWS 7-day tracking test. Not a dramatic cleanse, not a giant dose experiment, just a simple log. Write down the form of magnesium, the amount from supplements, the time you take it, what medications are near it, how many times you wake up, whether you have cramps, whether your stool changes, how much caffeine you had, and whether you drank alcohol or ate a sugary snack in the evening. After 7 days, you may see a pattern that no bottle label could ever show you. Maybe the magnesium is too close to coffee. Maybe it is too close to medicine. Maybe oxide is upsetting your gut. Maybe your cramps happen after dehydrating days. Maybe sleep gets worse after dessert, wine, or late caffeine. Or maybe your symptoms are strong enough that you need a proper medical evaluation instead of another supplement. And that brings me to an important warning. If you have chest pain, shortness of breath, fainting, severe weakness, new confusion, one-sided weakness, a racing or irregular heartbeat that does not settle, or a painful swollen calf, do not try to solve that with magnesium at home. Those can be signs of serious problems. Supplements are not emergency care. I also want you to be careful with the phrase magnesium deficiency. It is real, it matters, but it is not always obvious. It can be more likely in people with poor intake, chronic diarrhea, alcohol overuse, uncontrolled diabetes, certain digestive conditions, or long-term use of some medications. But the smartest next step is not to diagnose yourself from one symptom. The smartest next step is to combine symptoms, diet, medications, kidney function, and labs. This is how a supplement becomes safer. It stops being a guess and becomes a thoughtful decision. If you want a simple rule, remember this: magnesium should support your body, not force your body. The wrong form can irritate the gut. The wrong timing can interfere with medications. The wrong dose can become risky. The wrong assumption can make you ignore the real cause of poor sleep, cramps, or palpitations. But the right approach can be quietly powerful. When you choose a form that matches your goal, keep the supplemental dose responsible, separate it from medications, support your intake with food, and pay attention to your body's signals. You give magnesium a fair chance to do what it is supposed to do. So if magnesium has not worked for you, do not immediately conclude that your body is broken. Do not blame your age. Do not assume you need a stronger bottle. Turn the bottle around, read the form, check the dose, look at the timing. Think about your kidneys, think about your medications, think about the whole pattern. That one small act may save you weeks of frustration. If you want me to make a clear comparison video on magnesium glycinate, citrate, oxide, malate, and threonate, comment the word form below. I will use your comments to decide which one to explain next. And if you are taking magnesium right now, tell me 3 things in the comments: your age, the form you are taking, and why you are taking it. Is it for sleep, cramps, anxiety, constipation, blood pressure, or something else? Your comment may help someone else realize they are not alone. Before you go, here's the takeaway I want you to remember. If magnesium is not helping, the solution is not automatically more magnesium. The solution is smarter magnesium. Check the form, check the dose, check the timing, check your medications, check your kidney function, and do not ignore warning signs that deserve medical attention. If this video helped you look at your supplement bottle differently, tap like, subscribe to MediSense, and share this with someone over 60 who takes magnesium every night but still wakes up tired. In the next video, I will show you the common foods, drinks, and medications that can make magnesium work poorly, including a few things many people take right around dinner without realizing the effect.